You join us here, and those watching via Facebook, Twitter, are now known as X, and also on DonKing.com. And welcome to our official press conference. I am Jeremiah Gallegos, your host today, ring announcer for Saturday night's huge fight card. We are back. As legendary promoter and Hall of Famer, Mr. Don King is proud to bring you People's Championship Boxing this Saturday night, December 2nd, from Casino Miami Highline in beautiful Miami, Florida, USA. Mr. King is all about celebrating America, freedom, and the beautiful sport of boxing. And as we approach the Christmas holiday, Mr. King is thrilled to announce he is giving back to the people the ultimate opportunity to watch live world-class championship boxing right here in Miami, Florida, with tickets at a reduced cost starting at only $25. Ladies and gentlemen, that's a heck of a deal. $25, especially for anyone who's never watched live world-class professional boxing. This is your chance. Tickets can be purchased at playcasinomiami.com or inside Casino Miami Highline. But that's not it, my friends. That is not it. Mr. King is all about making a splash, making history, and giving back to the people. So for the first time ever, Saturday night, People's Championship Boxing will be broadcasted and streamed live for free and simulcast all together. This will be the first time in the history of boxing that this is being done. It is pretty much a Christmas gift to you all, to all the boxing fans around the world. So it will be simulcasted for free on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, well now known as X, and also available for free on DonKing.com, courtesy of Mr. Don King, also on iTube at 247.com and Fight.tv. And it's all with some of the best in the business and some world champions and Hall of Famers on our boxing broadcast panel. We have Hall of Famer play-by-play voice, who's announced many of the best fights in the world. Hall of Famer Mark Abrams, women's boxing trailblazer and legend, former world champion and international boxing Hall of Famer, the coal miner's daughter, Christy Martin. Hall of Famer Carl King, who has managed many world champions than anyone else. Albert Hainsworth, college All-American at the University of Tennessee, also first-round draft pick and two-time NFL All-Pro. And also Florida Boxing Hall of Famer, Vice President of the Florida Boxing Hall of Fame, who wears many hats, also a great ring announcer, great commentator, Mr. Bob Alexander. Mr. King has set in place 7 professional fights, professional exciting attractions for this weekend's championship fight card. And as always, these fights are so good, we consider them all main event attractions. He'll provide more details on these fights in just a bit to give you a preview. Now, we are scheduled for 5 title features. All the action starting at 7 p.m. with the venue open at 6 p.m. and our official weigh-in Friday at Miami Highlight at 1 p.m. This is the People's Championship fight card. For you, the fans, for you, the people, we are ready to perform. The fighters are ready to perform and put on a show. And on this card, we feature an 8-round bantamweight attraction, undefeated Boynton Beach, Florida's own Lawrence Big Time Newton, as he takes on Oxford, California's own Eric Ruiz. Then the vacant WBC Youth Intercontinental Super Lightweight Champion is on the line as Fort Lauderdale's own undefeated Devon Williams looks for the belt against the savvy Nelson Babyface Morales from Scranton, Pennsylvania via La República Dominicana, the Dominican Republic. Also, the WBA Middleweight Championship will be decided when Alex Castro, 13-1 with 11 KO victories of Tuluá, Colombia, challenges Harry K. Cruz of the Bronx via Puerto Rico. A title was up for grabs for the vacant WBA International Lightweight title as it sits solo. The unblemished Antonio Perez of Harrisburg, Pennsylvania will take on Las Vegas resident in-ring veteran Lydell Hackman Haskell Rhodes. And also in our co-feature, Trayshawn Wiggins of Newburgh, New York will defend his WBA and ABA welterweight strap against Cincy's own Chris Hurricane Howard. And topping the card, our main event feature, the WBA Continental America's Middleweight Championship, the young general Ian Green, who has proved his talents at Casino Miami Highline in the past, will defend his title against Vaughn the Animal Alexander of St. Louis, Missouri. And I have to also mention, nearly 20 years ago, Mr. Vaughn Alexander made his professional debut undercard with Don King Promotions. And we consider this his homecoming, so welcome back to DKP. So that being said, it's going to be mayhem Saturday night, and we invite everyone, all the boxing fans, sports fans, to make their way this Saturday night at Casino Miami Highline for a great night of championship boxing. That being said, ladies and gentlemen, it is my honor to welcome to the podium. He is synonymous with the sport of boxing, a global treasure, a global icon, the greatest promoter in the history of our sport, where he coined the phrase, "only in America." And he has worked with and promoted literally many of the greatest legends to enter the ring. A round of applause, ladies and gentlemen, to the one, the only, the International Boxing Hall of Famer, Mr. Don King.
Thank you very much for the marvelous introduction, but the people are my most important assets. And I always make it clear that for the people is what it's all about. And we've got to get the best of those who are the best at what they do to illustrate and demonstrate the ability and the capability of what is real, and that is the people. You know what I mean? Not the ones that are extraordinarily wealthy and rich. You know what I mean? They comprise themselves of the qualities of getting money. But from getting honor and the intermediate part of the life-giving process, having their faith in religion, they put it all on the line for the benefit of the masses. That being said, boxing is one thing. Defending life is another. And so you have the combination of those who are underprivileged, downtrodden, and denied, the opportunity to give of themselves in the protection for the rights that we enjoy, the rights that we endure only by our fighting resistance to taking away our freedom, taking away our peace, taking away our independence, and making decisions for us that we probably would have and could have made ourselves if we would stand up and fight for what is right. And that's what we are about to do here on Saturday night. We're going to have a sensational second part series of give the people what they want. You know what I mean? And give the people what they want so they can elevate and build upon it with integrity and honor and decency, dignity, I should say, and do it for the people. And so I'm very happy, you know, for the fight title of the people, but I think we all should be aware that the vigilant and the valiant honor goes to those who are standing steadfast to defend against Russia, an invasion, unprovoked invasion, taking away the rights that you tonight or Saturday night will be able to fight for. You know what I mean? And so these are the rights what you do with the boxing club, and walking up those 3 steps is what they do with their life, you know, so that it could protect you to do walking up the 3 steps, you know what I mean? And so I want to praise President Zelensky of the Ukraine and the combination of this people that have the pride and the patriotic feeling that he will fight for those who give rights to those who the Constitution that was sworn into in 1776 or 1772 or 1774. They got all three of these. Each one measures one of the other, but they all comes together as one. We the people. And so now we have added to that list the Star David with the Hamas unprovokedly attacking Israel, and then saying that Israel is to blame. While we're sitting there looking at TV in the booth, they box up, they just did this, that, and the other of disdain, but yet Israel is to blame. I mean, it's utterly ridiculous. But the fact is, you got 2 wars there. You got 13 wars throughout the world. And what we were preaching in the Ukraine is you can't take away the dignity, pride, the patriotic feeling, and your benefit for your rights, and throw them away like they're nothing. And you can do without them. No, you can't. You know, you need your freedom, you need your liberty, you need the peace, you need them all in order to be able to give people what they want and raise your children so that they can be able to replace you and take it to another step higher, you know, than you took it before them. And so I'm just happy about that because that's what gives us the right to stand before you and not be surprised attacked right here. You know what I mean? So you never know what's going to happen until it happens. You know what I mean? And then you got to be able to justify it and take it out if it's bad, take it away if it's good, hang on to it. You know what I mean? So I'm just feeling I can be there. And what we're doing now is going to, on Saturday, we're going to put the best against the best. All we can do as a promoter is to put the platform there. And when you get the platform there, the fighter has to be able to perform on that platform to be able to come out to be the people's champion. You know, not the judges. The judges can rule if it's righteous ruling, you know, what the decision would be, but there would be a decision that you'll be made also in your mind. You know, and that's when when the two come together in unity, solidarity, and togetherness, then you have a people's champion. You know what I mean? And so we don't want to go out in the game of fake it till you can make it. We want to be able to deal with what is real on the table, but we want the people to be the judge. You know what I mean? And so we say, give the boxing back to the beautiful fans of boxing. And so for Christmas and Thanksgiving, we thank the Lord for whatever your religion may be. And I thank my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. And we deal with that in a manner of pride and dignity, honor, and faith, you know. And so what I'm going to do now is to go over the part that Jeremiah, he's simply a wonderful an announcer. I'm very pleased and proud to have him as a part of the boxing family who distinctively gives the people the information, you know, that you take a high school class or a college class of 101, he gives it to you in the 101 language so everybody will understand. You don't come in and play the game of you took this out, put that in. No, he gave it to you like it is. You deal with it, you know. And so I'm thrilled with that. So we're going to start with the thing here, giving people what they deserve. Now he announced the fight that the championship fight was the one that we took as distinct, all of our equal champions going into this fight on Saturday night. But no one can deny that the show stealer of that night was Ian Green. That's why we say that we put it into the category of those who have performed. So the fight with Ian Green is going to be the middleweight focus because he put on a show on the night that was simply fantastic. And to learn that he had a hurt hand or hurt something, that he endured while he conquered his foe of that night, it was just a tremendous, tremendous redemption, for all those who were going wrong way and no way, to be able to come out and see what I've done. And I'm thrilled as always, to be able to recognize Christy Martin, as you know, who became world champion. Now she's the world champion of women's rights, and she's putting her whole effort, heart, and soul into getting women what they richly deserve. Their right, their freedom, to be able to have freedom of speech and to be able to dictate and to talk about what they're doing and how they're doing it, where they're doing it, and who they're doing it with, so that they can make certain that the edification is there to appreciate what a woman's contribution is and what it can be, if we give her the opportunity to have her freedom, justice, and equality. And so we're going to say to you today, I want to bring up this guy, young man called Ian Green. He's got his hands full because the burden falls on him more because what he did before. Was it a fluke? Was it a sneaky situation that wasn't real? You know what I mean? Come on, man. Don't play around and show up one night and think you're going to ride it for the rest of your life. You know what I mean? You can't do that. You got to continue to imitate and reiterate. You can't go with that one right. But right now, let me tell you that when Jeremiah announced it, that was an announcement. Now I want this man to be the spokesman for what he did, how he did, when he did it, and what he intends to do on Saturday night. Let me bring up this middleweight champion, Ian Green. Come on, Ian Green.
First and foremost, I want to thank God for this opportunity. I want to thank Don King behind me. There's not really much I can say, all the hard work is done. I'm ready to perform, and I'm ready to prove that I'm not just the average middleweight. I'm an elite fighter. I'm one of the best middleweights in the world. Not one of the best, I'm the best middleweight in the world. I'm not sleeping on Vaughn, I know he's a great fighter, and make the best man win. See y'all Saturday.
That was very humble and noble. And when he ended it with inequality. And said, may the best man win. Right, predominantly, he said he was the best in the world. You know what I mean? He already said what he said, so don't hide and seek. You know what I mean? I'm the best in the world, you know what I mean? May the best man win. Well, there don't leave too much left. If the best man, I'm the best in the world. You know what I mean? So I'm looking for a terrific performance from Mr. Green again, because he certainly did put on one that we reminisce about. And that's why he becomes the bright light in the path of darkness. You know what I mean? So this is why we're giving out sensational card. But you have to understand something. A young man that he's about to take on, he was the best in the world. He even got out of the world of boxing and went in the world of police knocking out. You know what I mean? So he's here. He said, I'm back again. I'm the best in the world. But I'm going to let him see it, not me see it. All I know is that he did some kind of time like I did. I did 5 years with what they call a probation, or 4 years with a what they call it, shock probation. I had never been to crime, so therefore they showed me, by putting me in jail and let me out in 30 days, that, I'm changing my ways. You know what I mean? And that I'm going to be all right now because I'm out of, hey, I'm shock probation, don't let me out. Well, they tricked me again because my shock probation for 30, 60, or 90 days at the most turned into 4 years. You know what I mean? And so the system is a remarkable system. And as I said earlier, this system has the capability of making right wrong and making wrong right. It is remarkable. You can never underestimate it, the power of this system, because it's there. You know what I mean? And we find ourselves being helplessly carried away by the system, which perpetuates lies, hypocrites, crooks, what else after the criminals? What else can be called us? And but whatever it is, they put it on you and then make the right the wrong. This is what happened to Donald Trump. A guy who brought in innovation had the guts to stand up and fight. Whether he be wrong or right, he stood up to fight. See, what they would usually get with blacks, they would not get no return match, because there would never be no match. You know, they would give up their vote for nothing. You know, no retribution, nothing comes back. You know, you just give up your rights, you know what I mean? And that's why they keep people under control like they do. So now, but this guy I'm about to introduce, he didn't take it back there, whatever it is, 15, 20 years ago. You know, he didn't take that. He wouldn't accept that. So no, I don't know whether or not he's going to accept Ian Green saying he's the best in the world and may the best man win. Now, I don't know if he's going to accept that, but the only way you can find out is to ask them. All righty then. Okay, this young man here was with me 20 years ago, or whatever amount of time it is, because time just moves on with me. Vaughn Alexander. And so Vaughn Alexander had a brother too, you know, and he had a trainer named Kevin Cunningham. Now, all of these things are back again as a reciprocation, a replay. So let me bring up Vaughn Alexander and let him tell you how he feels, because I know he wants the best man to win, and he wants the best man to win. And so we want the best man to win. So come on up here, Vaughn. Talk to him. Talk to him. Talk to him. Yeah. Talk to him. Come on here. Come on here.
Assalamu alaikum. I'm grateful to be back in this position. I guess you can say all them years ago I wasn't ready. But now it's a different situation. I'm a fully grown man. I got kids. I got a wife. So you know, I'm all the way together. I train hard for this fight, like I always do for every fight. I'm not here